All eyes are on US President Donald Trump, who is set to deliver a national address on Wednesday night. The White House says that the speech will focus on the escalating US-Israel war against Iran. My colleague Shivan Chana brings you the latest. Over to you, Shivan.
Well, a lot has happened in this war, which is now in its second month. It started on the 28th of February. An explosion shook Tehran and other cities as Israel and US launched Operation Epic Fury. This was US war that they started, and they named it Operation Epic Fury, which was described by the US as a preemptive strike on Iran, targeting the Revolutionary Guards, facilities, ballistic missile sites, and nuclear-related infrastructure. The same day, Iran's Revolutionary Guards confirmed launching the first wave of drones and missiles towards Israel. Now, all of this is happening within a span of 24 hours. Iran did not waste any amount of time. They were struck and they fired right back. It also launched missiles and drones targeting US military bases in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar. And mind you, this is exactly what Iran said that they will do if they are attacked. On the 1st of March, second day of the war, Iranian state media confirmed that their supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's assassination was confirmed by Iran, saying this was in the US-Israeli strikes on the 28th of February, on the first day of the war. Let us remind you that before this confirmation, in a post on Truth Social, Trump had written that Khamenei is dead. And Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu had said that there were many signs that the 86-year-old supreme leader of Iran was no more. After some time, Iran confirmed. On the 2nd of March, Ibrahim Jabari, a senior advisor to the commander-in-chief of the IRGC, announced that the Strait of Hormuz was closed, and if any vessel tried to cross it, the IRGC and the Navy of Iran would set those ships ablaze. And just like that, the war would soon start to have repercussions far wider than the West Asian region, because Strait of Hormuz is essentially what Iran said they will block, and they even demonstrated it in a military drill shortly before this war started. That's what happened on the 2nd of March. On that same day, the battlefield widened. The Iranian-backed Hezbollah group started firing missiles at Israel from Lebanon to avenge the killing of Khamenei. And Israel retaliated with intense strikes on Lebanese capital, Beirut. And that aspect of the war continues even now. Days later, on the 6th of March, Trump declared that there would be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. The US was very clear that's what they want, unconditional surrender. On March 8th, Iran's assembly of experts appointed Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of the slain former supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, as the country's new supreme leader. And remind us, and let me tell you, that he called himself Rehbar Inqilab, leader of the revolution. Also pertinent to note here, there has been no public sighting of Mujtaba Khamenei even now. As Iran's blockade of the Strait of Hormuz continued to add pressure globally, on the 12th of March, US Central Command carried out heavy bombing of military targets on Iran's Kharg Island. Now, Kharg Island was going to hit Iran in a very, very deep manner, because this is the paramount energy hub for Iran, serving as the main terminal for over 90% of Iran's crude oil exports. If Kharg gets targeted, Iran takes a bad hit. US went after military infrastructure in Kharg, and the attack followed a threat by President Trump that US would strike oil infrastructure next in Kharg if the Strait of Hormuz passage continues to be blocked by Iran. Iran did not concede to this. On the 15th of March, Trump, in an interview with NBC News, said that he thought Tehran was keen to come to the table, but Washington is fighting for better terms and might bomb targets on Iran's oil hub just for fun. That jab went across the world in headlines. 6 days after this, on the 21st of March, Trump said that the US was considering scaling back military operations against Iran while ruling out a formal ceasefire. A day later, 22nd March, Trump said the US will obliterate Iranian power plants if it doesn't fully open the Strait of Hormuz. And the same day, he announced very good talks taking place with Iran and extended that deadline by 5 days. The initial deadline was 48 hours. Iran did not concede. Before that 48-hour window expired, Trump gave a new deadline saying 5 more days. And that talks are taking place. Iran did not accept any direct negotiations taking place with the US, a stance that they still hold even today. On the 25th of March, US reportedly sent a 15-point ceasefire proposal to Iran. Iran's press TV reports cited an official who said Tehran will end the war only at a time of its own choosing and if its conditions are met. The White House also commented on those 15 points, saying that they have not sent it directly, but they've read these points, and some of them are same as what they are also looking at in part of a deal to reach with Iran. Then on the 26th of March, Trump extended that deadline of 5 days to open the Strait of Hormuz to the 6th of April, saying, I'm giving you 10 more days. On the 27th, Iran-backed Houthis also entered the fray. They launched attacks on Israel. They are based in Yemen, and this was the first time in this current war that the Houthis directly got involved, targeting Israel all the way from Yemen. Now, in the latest, US President Donald Trump has said that the campaign against Iran could end very soon, while Iran's Masoud Pezeshkian, the president, has signaled willingness to de-escalate. Mind you, Trump, who was initially asking for surrender from Iran, now says they may not even wait for a deal, they may just exit, and the Strait of Hormuz is no longer objective for them to achieve. Iran, on the other hand, was also asking for reparations and guarantees. Now they're only asking for guarantees. So maximalist demands taking a slight diminished stance. And despite all of this, there is no clear end in sight to this war even now. All eyes are now on Trump's White House briefing to gain some clarity on where this war is headed.